So how'd it go over at 23?
Actually, they came to my office, so it wasn't a tough interview. I mean, they're more interested in knowing a little bit about philosophy.
Was it what did that do with Maurice Ferre coming out yesterday?
Tremendous boost of interest among Hispanics. Tremendous boost of interest.
Well, it's interesting because you're the Republican. Hispanics are typically Republican in Dade County, and blacks are typically Democrats, right?
Yeah, but every Republican leader in this town is supporting Pinellas. Lincoln Diaz-Balart.
Well, Lincoln is too, yeah.
Ileana, Mario.
Oh, I've heard a lot of people say there's no contest. You know, I've heard, really, Mario is doing it too?
Every Republican elected official that's Cuban in this town is supporting.
Oh, interesting.
And 3.
I mean, he has all the Republican support, Republican leaders.
Stand by.
It's a nonpartisan race, of course.
Stand by, please. 3, 2.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Arthur Teele was born in Maryland. He is the son of a history professor. He is also a Vietnam veteran and the recipient of the Purple Heart. He's known by insiders as smart. Okay.
Okay.
Did I do something wrong?
No.
It's all your fault.
It's my fault? It's always my fault.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Arthur Teele was born in Maryland. He is the son of a history professor. He's also a Vietnam veteran, and he's the recipient of a Purple Heart. He's known by insiders as smart, charismatic, and demanding. A natural politician, as they say. As a county commissioner, he has a reputation for making things happen. Mr. Teele, like Mr. Pinellas, is a lawyer, and I welcome you to this show.
And thank you very much for having us.
Pleasure to have you here. Is that a fair description? A little on the demanding side,
A
are we?
little heavy on the demanding side, but after all, I was in the military for 9 years, and I was viewed in the military as being a little bit too much of a consensus builder. So in civilian life, it's demanding. In the military, it was a little soft, but it all works out.
Somehow it balances out in the middle. Why do you want this job? Why do you want to be mayor?
Dade County is at the crossroads. We are either going to become the business capital, the most important city in this hemisphere, or we're going to be a city that had the opportunity to be a great city and didn't meet that expectation and that opportunity. My colleagues over the last 3 years named me as chairman of the commission. And they did so because they felt that I was the one person who could bring this community together and lead this very dynamic and diverse community. I think it's not fair to the citizens or my colleagues not to offer myself, because I know that this is a dynamic community that needs someone who can hold us together and move us forward.
There's no question this is a very ethnically diverse community that we live in, and you have been credited with basically keeping the ethnic infighting out of the county commission and really holding the commission together. How is it you go about doing that? What do you think has enabled you to do that?
I go about doing it very simply. I am fair to everyone. I have been the victim of a system that wasn't fair. I grew up in a society in Arkansas and Texas and Tallahassee when the law of the land was different from what it is today. I know how I felt, and I never want to impose that on anyone else. My mother, my father instilled very strong values of being fair. In the military, you learn that if you're not fair to people, you can wind up getting what they call fragged or getting really hurt by soldiers at night who did some pretty tough things to people who weren't fair. So my entire experience, life experience, has been only one way: to be fair to everyone. And that's what I've tried to be. Even though I've been accused of being demanding, I'm demanding and fair of everyone.
Well, since you bring that up, you know, you were in the military during a time when there was certainly a lot more prejudice around than there is today, I think. And yet in the military, people called you things like brilliant and wonderful. Yeah,
How do you know?
I saw some quotes on. I saw some quotes on that. I'm not making that up. And you were really highly, highly respected. How is it that you end up winning people over so well? Is it charm? Is it wit? What is it?
It's hard work. There's no one that I've ever served with that will tell you that I don't work hard. I do my homework. I study hard. I really try to be prepared. And then I've always been fair. Let me just mention one point. When I was in Vietnam, I had a lieutenant colonel named Colonel James Gwynn from Tennessee. He undoubtedly was a large supporter of George Wallace, probably, I I don't want to think about what he was. He did not agree with any of my political views, but that was the fairest person I ever served under. He ensured that I was given a fair opportunity to command. When I did a great job, he gave me good evaluations. When I needed counseling, he brought me in. And even though he and I didn't see anything eye to eye on politics, he was always fair to me. And that has never left me, to be fair to people.
You're a conservative Republican.
Oh, hold it. Time out.
No?
I am a Republican. I'm a registered Republican. I came out of the military because the Secretary of the Army gave me a job, Bo Calloway, and I registered Republican. I've never been viewed as a conservative. I'm very pro-military. I'm very pro-national defense. I'm very pro-military, using the military to intervene in drugs, the drug war, for example. But I have never been viewed as in fact, I was appointed by President Reagan. I was unanimously confirmed by the Senate. And Senator Kennedy spoke in my defense. In fact, the highlight of my life as a politician or as a person in public office was when Senator Claude Pepper and Bill Layman and a lady you'll probably have forgotten named Paula Hawkins, Senator Hawkins.
Sure, I remember.
Along with Bob Graham, came and stood behind me, and they, all four of them said, this is one of the best persons to ever come from Florida to be before the U.S. Senate. And do you know what? The U.S. Senate unanimously confirmed me. So why can't I get 51% of the votes in Dade County?
Well, that's a good question. You certainly know politics. You know politics on a national level, and you certainly know politics on the county level as well. Why don't you take your best shot at Alex Pinellas?
Look, Alex is a fine young man. I don't have a shot at Alex. Alex has the ability, I believe, to grow and mature over the years to becoming someone who could lead this county. But Alex Pinellas doesn't have a clue as to how to lead or what to do. He has not had the experience or the maturity. He has the intellect, he has the charm. I think he would really work hard to try to help all segments of this community. I don't think Alex is a divisive person, but Alex has a political ambition that would require him to do what is politically right. And let me tell you this, if politicians in Dade County do what plays to the crowd, this town will explode, because the crowd is always out there and they're always going in different directions.
Let me just give you a quick 10 seconds to tell me, if you are elected mayor, what would be the one thing you would seek to accomplish?
The most important thing for the mayor of Dade County is not crime. It's very important. The most important thing is a mayor who can hold this community together and move this community forward. I would work day and night to be fair to all of the citizens, to give every citizen a sense that they're a part, so that they don't have to move to Broward and they don't have to move to Monroe County, that they can not only work here but live here. If Dade County is going to move forward, we've got to keep people here not just working but living, and we've got to make families want to have Dade County as a place where they want their children to grow up. I, as mayor, would devote my time 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to moving this community forward together.
All right, Teele, pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll be back in a moment. Good luck on October 1st. Huh?
Thank you.
That's great. That was very good. I think
Conservative Republican.
well, a lot of people consider you